morning. How are you? Good, I hope. So I'm here today on Thursday instead of tomorrow. I have other things happening tomorrow morning, so I won't be able to... Oops, helps if I put this up here. It fell out, sorry. Good morning. Yes, so I'm here Thursday morning instead of Friday because I have things to do tomorrow morning. So hello, I hope you can join me here. If not, watch it later on. It's fine. So hello if you're watching on YouTube later on, or Facebook later, or if you're live, hello. Yes, so I've done up my notes. I always think I'm not going to have very much to say, and then I do my notes and think, yeah, I will. So lots to talk about. What's happened since I saw you last? Good morning, good morning. I sent my weekly email newsletter, which was all about this book that I did a review of. So it's an awesome book, heaps of fun. So that went out in my emails this week. Yeah, nothing much more to say about that, except it's a great book and I think you should get one. Good morning. On Instagram this week, I'm doing something a little bit different. Usually I just post what I'm working on as I go, that kind of thing. But I had a bit of a plan this week because there's been a lot of people posting things that they're making from the book and other patterns. So I thought I'm just having a repost week. So a couple of times a day on my feed and in my stories, a couple of times a day, I'm posting other people's photos. It's really cool. I'm loving seeing it. There was a lady who came to my beginner, like never touched a crochet hook before, beginner class in Sydney. And she went home that night with some really chunky yarn and she's made a granny square blanket already. So, and there's a photo of her doing that. There's people putting their own spin on projects and patterns from the book, which is fantastic. I'm loving it. And other people's colorways, all sorts of really cool things. So if you're keen on having a look, pop over to Instagram to my feed and you'll see lots of really fun stuff. Yes, what else? Okay, Granny Square Flare book news. I've only got one box of these left, so if you're thinking of getting one for Christmas, maybe hop an order in now if you want to get one for a present for somebody. I will be ordering more and I will get some in, but if you're wanting something to send to anybody, you might need to get in now. Yes, so yay. I think I'm sending out 7 today. I don't know what happened, but yeah, it's good. It's great. People are still buying it, which is fantastic. So that's really cool. So the news about workshops coming up with the book. Make a Maker on the 24th of November. Due to popular demand, we're now going to do 2 classes where we're working squares from the book. There'll be different squares in each class. So I'll put a link down below to that. Now, there was one session fully booked, but some people may have swapped from the morning to afternoon or the other way around. I can't remember which way was which. So go check it out and I'm sure there'll be a spot or 2 left there for you if you'd like to join me. I'd love to see you. Looks like a really cute shop. I can't wait to go. Julie Little Woolly, the weekend after, the 1st of December. She's putting something up very soon, so you can book into that if you're wanting to go. Oh, that's great. Hilda's just saying she loves the book. She's made 10 squares already. Yay. Please share them with me. I'd love to see. Yes, I can't remember if I said this last week, but I was talking to Kay from Crumbs Craft in Healesville about I'm going up there in April, I can't remember, April next year to do a whole day and a dinner, and she's putting together goodie bags and things, but there's nothing to book into yet, but that's coming very soon. So as soon as I have that link, I will send it to you. Yarn Trader that I'm in Adelaide, I'm going to in February. There's only a couple of spots left there, so if you want to go, if you're in Adelaide and you want to come along and play, you'd best get in quick. Yes, yay. Fun times. All right, the exciting things. Now last week I showed you my big stacks for my Beneath the Surface cowl that's coming, starting in January next year. And I was hoping to join them all up and start on the border. Well, I did. I joined them all and I designed the border and I finished it and I blocked it. So are you ready? I'm not going to be able to show you the whole thing because it's freaking huge. Ta-da! I have one giant. So it starts, it's got the plain squares on the outside, and then it's got a round of the puff squares, and then it's got a square of the popcorn squares, and then in the center we've got the big square. Now this thing is huge. I just tested it. I've got a queen size bed and it fits perfectly on the top of a queen size bed. So if you had a double bed, it would hang over the sides. It's huge. It's 162 centimeters wide, square, or 64 inches, I think it is. So it's really, really big. Now I've found it's because it's so solid. All the squares are very solid and they use a lot of yarn. Each square uses a lot of yarn. It's really, really heavy. This is nearly 2 kilos. Okay, so I really recommend, if you're going to do it, that you investigate a light yarn. Either do it in 4-ply, and it will mean your blanket is smaller, or choose a cotton yarn. I really don't think you should do it in wool. Let me tell you why. Okay, so this is the normal cotton square. This is a square that I made in wool. Okay, now the wool one is about almost an inch bigger, and it also uses a heap more yarn. So this one weighs 19 grams and it's about 46 meters in this one square, which is a lot for a crochet square. This is the plain one. The other squares use more yarn. So the popcorn squares uses about 56 meters of yarn, which is a lot for a square. This wool one weighs 29 grams and uses 57 meters. So when you look at the popcorn one, you're going to be needing 70 meters maybe for a single square. When you consider that there's 72 small squares, when you add up, so that's like a, 10 grams difference per square, just if we were just using this square. So that is an extra 72 times 10, 720 grams. It's really an extra kilo just by using wool instead of cotton. And it would be more than a kilo actually, because you've got more squares that use more yarn and the large square. So your blanket's going to weigh like 3 kilos easy if you use wool, which I think is just too heavy. I'm struggling with this 2 kilo one, flinging it around. So I really want you to consider using a lighter yarn. If you've got your heart set on using wool, that's fine. Just maybe consider reducing the size of the blanket. Maybe don't do the center square and just do the small squares, or change it up however you like. Sorry. Hope you can still hear me. That fell out. Yeah, so I really want you to think carefully about your yarn. Now, I'm going to use Bendigo Wool & Mills cotton. That's what I used for the sample. I did do on my blog a year or two ago, I can't remember, a cotton yarn test where I compared about 42 different cotton yarns from all around the world. So I know Bendigo cotton is easy for everyone here in Australia to get, free postage over $50, but if you're overseas, it's really expensive to be posted. It's a really reasonably priced yarn and a great quality, but the postage is what's going to make it difficult. But there are alternatives around the world. So I will put a link when I release all the yarn info to my cotton yarn test, so you can try out some different ones near you. So yes, I just wanted to make sure you knew up front that it's a yarn eater and it's heavy, and I really want you to consider using a cotton yarn or a light yarn. There may be some other type of yarn that you have around that's light, or consider changing the layout. So yes, okay. Just as an aside, by the way, like I've done it all like this with very contrasting colour, but how good does it look in just one colour? I think that's quite subtle, but still really cool. I've done the surface crochet in the same colour, so I quite like that. Anyway, another option for you. So, yay, I am so pleased that it's done. I'm so pleased. There's always like a nagging doubt. Like I had a very clear idea what I wanted it to be, but there's always that doubt, is it really going to work? So when I finally joined the border and put it on the blocking board, it was like, yes, it worked exactly as I wanted it to. So it's a big relief. So I'm very, very pleased. So what else have I been doing this week? Yesterday was computer hell. This morning a little bit too, because I did all the videos. All the videos were done last week, but I had to edit them all. So I edited all the videos this week. that's not so bad. It's the converting them to the right format and uploading them that takes forever. It took me all day yesterday to convert and upload 2 videos. There's 2, 3, 4. There's 5 videos in total. Last night, I just had the computer in front of me. I'd finished work, but I just had to have the computer in front of me because I was converting another one. It took 4 hours to convert one video. And yes, so I went to bed late last night because I had to wait till it finished, because if the computer shuts down, goes to sleep, whatever, it stops. You have to start again. But then this morning, I tried to upload that one, that big one that converted, and convert some others this morning. And my computer crashed halfway through. So I lost about an hour this morning. Anyway, it's all good. I'm almost there. So frustrating, but it's just one of those things that happens. Yes. So now that I've finished that, I can do my final yarn calculations. And I'll be sending out an email either the end of this week or next week with all of the yarn information, so you can go yarn shopping and get thinking and comparing. What else? Oh yes, I've also been talking to my graphic designer, Michelle, and she's come up with a cool little logo for the cow. And she's doing the ebook cover, which will also be available for pre-order next week. It's a free cow, absolutely free. But if you want you've got the option of purchasing the whole pattern at once up front in an ebook form. So it's one PDF with everything in it, and you can pre-order it, and it'll be available in the first week of the cow. So you'll get the whole pattern straight away as soon as the cow starts, and you can work at your own pace. Or you can just follow along on the blog for free and the emails. It'll all come out that way for free. But yeah, I know a lot of you like to get it all in one document, so that's happening too. The blog posts, I've made a start on all of them. I've got to go back and slot in things. Like I've realised there's a few photos missing I need to take. I need to put in all the video links, make all the PDFs, all that sort of stuff. Sandy's saying she would love to do it, but has so many other projects on the go. Don't we all? It's not an uncommon problem. You just got to do what makes you happy. And even if you don't do the cow, it'll always be there later on. So you can do that whenever you like. All right. So that's all my cow news, I think. Yes. So the other book review that I spoke about last week that I was meant to get done, I haven't had done. Hopefully that'll be done by this time next week. I'll give you a link to that. Another couple of things I've been working on this week. There's some other crochet along projects that I am going to be a part of. One of them starts tomorrow. It's on Facebook, there's a huge group, like 46,000 people are members of it. It's a cow crochet along group, and they're doing a crochet along project. It's because it's about the 3rd anniversary celebrating their group being together. So they're doing a cow to celebrate, and there's designers from all around the world. Some people designing for the first time, others quite famous people who have designed a square specifically for the cow. And that starts tomorrow. I think I did give you a sneak peek of the square if you've been watching my Facebook Lives probably earlier in the year when I designed it. But since then, I've made a video, I've done the PDF. It's been translated into many, many other languages. So that's very cool. And my square, I have to keep it secret now. I'll show you in a couple of weeks, because mine, I think, is going up on the 30th of November. But I'll put a link down below there's a blog post it's got all the links to the Facebook group and the event and everything. That's all the information about the cow, and there's a list of the designers who are in it as well. So yay, that's pretty cool. There's also another cow next year happening by a lovely designer in the US. She's doing a block a week cow for 2019. And one of my patterns, an older pattern that I've just gone through this week and revamped and made sure everything's all good, I'm going to be part of that one as well. But I don't have a link for that one yet, but as soon as I do, I'll let you know. I think my pattern is in May sometimes, but yeah, again, it's going to be pretty cool. There's some fantastic designers involved in that one. So yay, cows everywhere, which is great. Love it. And there's also, I shouldn't even say anything, there's something super exciting for me happening, but I will tell you about it next week. It just means next year's gotten a lot busier, but It's awesome and I'm so excited. Yay. Anyway, when it's all final, I will tell you about that. Good morning. All right, so questions. If anyone has any questions, feel free to type them in now. I'll just go through a couple I've had on via email. Oh, email. That was another drama yesterday. I had, well, about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, I realised, can't give you that one, Tina, sorry. Tina's after more time in the day to get more crochet done. I think we all would. Yeah, I had no emails at all yesterday, and I'm thinking something's not right. So I had to do a bit of investigating, and yes, there was something very wrong with my email. So I spent a few hours, well, not a few, a couple of hours yesterday. Yes, so anyway, if you sent me an email yesterday, or maybe the day before, and you haven't heard from me, maybe try again, because I'm not sure that I actually received everything I was meant to receive. It was very frustrating. Anyway, I think the problem is fixed now, because I haven't received emails since. But if you did send me an email and you haven't heard from me, please just try again and I will get back to you. Sorry. Anyway, I've had a few emails this week, people looking for help. Yay! So if you buy one of my patterns, one of the free ones, purchase one, and you're having a problem, let me know and I will help you out. It's easy. Just give me some information, show me a photo, explain exactly what you're having an issue with, and I will get it to you. So Sandy's asked, how long do I crochet for at any one time? I could sit and do it for hours, but I try not to because it's not good. You need to get up and stretch at least every hour or so, 45 minutes, an hour. You should get up and move, look up. You do not want to end up with a bad neck or back or arms. Melissa has asked, with all the crochet you do, you get a sore arm? My wrists are okay, but my upper arm underneath gets sore. Any tips? Last year? No, year before. Hello, Pauline. I actually had to stop crochet for quite a while because I ended up with compressed spinal cord, discs, things. I had nerve pain down my arm. I couldn't lie down at all, so I was sleeping, sitting up. You don't want to be in that situation, trust me. So I'm much more mindful now of being conscious of my posture and how I'm sitting. So I find for me, it helps if I put a cushion underneath my left arm. I don't know why that helps, but it does. It's just a little bit of extra support, I guess. And I try and make sure that I'm sitting straight and that I am not constantly hunched over. I try and have a relaxed posture and look up. Don't stay in the one position. Move, look up often. And that seems to help me. And then I can go and go and go. Generally, I do notice if I'm like doing this. I sat on the couch a lot. And I did notice that my neck started to get a bit sore. So just be mindful, listen to your body. And if you're starting to get sore, take breaks, stretch, move around, and I think you'll be fine. Yeah, so there you go. Now, patterns from my shop. This question pops up a few times. If you want to get even a free pattern from my pattern shop, you have to add it to cart, and it's as if you're going to purchase it. But you don't have to enter any payment details if it's a free pattern. The reason I do it that way is I need to collect your email address. Because if there is ever, I have to send you the link to download it. I can't do that if you don't give me your email address. But if it's ever an update to a pattern, then I can send you a new email with it. Hey, look, this pattern's been updated. Here's your link to download the latest version. So, yeah, I'm not collecting your information to add you to send you Christmas cards or anything like that. It's just so that I can keep you updated with patterns. Okay. So add it to cart, check out, but there will be nowhere to you don't put any payment info in. So it's all good. Yes, that's that. Anyone else have any other questions before I nick off? Oh, I should show you too. Sorry, I meant to say, I was talking about this being really heavy. This is the center thing made in 10-ply yarn. I would not make this blanket in worsted 10-ply Aran weight yarn. unless you reduce the number of squares that you do, or it will be massive and incredibly heavy. But if you want to make it in 4-ply, that's the same, the center square in 4-ply, it'll be fine. It will be smaller, it will be fine though. There's also another option too. I used these squares, this is the 10-ply, to do the videos for the pattern, and this is the join here, just done in the same colour. But as an option, you can do it in the same colour as the surface crochet if you want to have like a little, have that contrast in between your squares as well. I don't think it's really necessary. I think it's, personally, I like the same colour better. But yeah, that's that. Yeah, so if there's no more questions, that's it. Hopefully the coming days I will get some more work done on the cowl, all the words and stuff all together, PDFs and everything, so it's ready to go. I'm going to be doing so much travel next year that I really need to get it all done now so I can just set it and forget it. I mean, I'll still be around to help you and all that kind of stuff, but I just want to get everything done so I can just hit send every time it's ready to go. Time for the cowl next year. Yes, busy times ahead. That's why I'm doing the video today, because I'm busy tomorrow. But next week it'll be Friday, and I think the week after it'll be Thursday, and then I don't know what. There's just so many things going on. I am going to have to change it around a bit. So that's it for me today. Thank you very much for popping by and saying hello. I hope you're all well and enjoying some crochet time in this busy, silly season. If any questions, drop me an email, Shelley@spinncushions.com. I'll get back to you. But have a wonderful rest of the weekend, and I will see you next Friday. Yay. Bye.